Hi, this is Anil with a video tutorial for the Learning Lad on C programming. In this video tutorial, we're gonna see some more information about the arrays. In the last tutorial, we have learned what is an array and how we can declare an array and how we can assign some values and how we can retrieve the value from that array. So an array is a collection of similar elements, and these similar elements can be integer or floating point or character, etc. And now we're gonna see how we can pass these array elements to functions. So in this example, we're gonna create an array called marks, and we're gonna assign values to this array using this curly braces method. And here we're gonna write 35 comma 45 comma 55, and we're gonna write a function. Okay, we're gonna write a function to display the array elements. So it's gonna be void display, and it's gonna take an argument. It's gonna be int mark. Then within this display function, we're gonna display this mark. It's gonna be printf, and we're gonna write the mark received is %d. Then we're gonna reference this mark variable. So in this main method, we are gonna call this display function to display the marks. So it's gonna be the display. Then we have to specify the value we want to print. If you want to display the value 35, then it is stored in the location 0, and we have to refer here. It's gonna be the display function, and then as a parameters we have to write this marks of 0. So save it, compile it, okay, then run it. So as you can see here, the marks received is 35, and similarly we can print the other array elements using a function. So to compile and run it. So as you can see here, the mark received is 35, then the mark received is 55. That's because we are calling this display function twice, and we are passing the values present in the location 0 and 2. So in this example, we are just passing only one value from this array to the display function. So what if we want to pass our whole array to this function? So for that purpose, we need to do some modification here. So since we are receiving an array from this main function, we have to make this one as an array. So we're gonna take two arguments. It's gonna be int size. So from this main method, we have to pass the array first, then the size of that array. So here within this display function, we're gonna use our for loop. Then we're gonna create a variable here. It's gonna be counter. Then okay, within this for loop, we're gonna initialize this counter to 0. Then counter is less than or equal to the size. Sorry, this cannot be less than equal to. That's because our array elements start from 0 to the size minus 1. So if you are passing the size as the 3, then we have to iterate from 0 to 2. That's the 3 elements. So it's gonna be less than size. Then we're gonna increment our counter variable. It's gonna be counter, and we're gonna use counter plus plus. So within this for loop, we have to display it. So for that purpose, we're gonna use this printf function. Then we're gonna display the array element at %d is %d. First, okay, add a new line here. Then first we're gonna reference our position. It's gonna be the counter. Then we're gonna print the actual value. So that's gonna be mark and the counter. So save it. We have to call this display function and pass the parameters to this display function. So we're gonna call this display function with the two parameters. So here we need to pass our marks array. It's gonna be mark. Then we need to specify the size of this array, and it's gonna be 3. So save it, compile and run it. So as you can see here, the array element at 0th position is 35. As you can see here, the array element at the position 1 is 45 and the array element at the position 2 is 55. Okay, and now we're gonna see what we have done so far. First, we have created an array in our main function which is called marks. Then we have set the size of the array equal to 3 and we have stored these values in that array. Then we created a function called display to take a parameter as the whole array and print it. So to print the array elements in a function, we need another parameter from the main method, and that is called the size of the array. And here, by using this for loop, we loop through the array elements and we just print it out. So make a note that when calling this display function, we're just writing only marks and we're not gonna using any square brackets. So this is it. This is how we can pass an array elements or the whole array into the functions. So thank you for watching and don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you in the next tutorial.